I'm Natalie Clark. Welcome back to school, and I hope you have a great year. Today, I would like to visit with you about diverse learners. And if you have any questions about diversity in your classroom or anything else this year, please feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to help you or to find someone that can help you. Diversity in the classroom. This includes many students. It includes special education students in 13 categories, gifted and talented students, students with differences in culture, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, age, and language. It also includes students with individual differences in motivation, learning preferences, interests, backgrounds, and student readiness. I have been reading the publication by the National Business Education Association, Effective Methods of Teaching Business Education. They remind us to be aware of possible personal bias before we go into our classrooms, and so that we can make sure that all students receive a fair and equal opportunity to learn in our classrooms. It is very important that we establish relationships and learn about the backgrounds and cultures of each of our students. Gifted and talented students. How can we differentiate learning for these students? I would like to give you two examples of strategies that you may want to use in your classrooms. Cooperative learning. This strategy will be beneficial for all ability levels. However, it allows gifted students to practice leadership roles and social skills in collaboration with others. Tiering. This is when the curriculum resources address the same content at varied reading levels and degrees of complexity. With technology, the teacher has a great tool because they can vary the degree of complexity with each individual student in the classroom. Unmotivated learners, here are some strategies that hopefully will help you differentiate the instruction for these learners. Scaffolding. If we give students temporary support when new or complex concepts are introduced, it may be helpful in engaging and exciting that learner. They may need tools for learning new content, visual aids, outlines, charts, tables, and graphic organizers may be helpful in giving those students support. A second strategy, collaborative learning, is when we have small group instruction and students are assigned to different roles of the group, in hopes that the unmotivated learner would take responsibility and become engaged in the small group learning, then they may not if they're learning independently or in a large group. Two strategies that may be helpful for differentiating learning for English learners. One, curriculum compacting. This is unboxing the curriculum or delivering the content a little bit at a time. It may be helpful for these student learners to have tools for embracing new content. We visited about a few of these, but technology can be really helpful. If the student can look at an image and then hear the word of the image pronounced, visual aids, outlines prepared by teachers or a student that's chosen by the teacher, charts, tables, and also graphic organizers are great tools for English learners. Scaffolding is also beneficial because they receive temporary support when new or complex concepts are introduced. Again, tools for the new content when it's first introduced is very helpful for English learners. Learners with disabilities. Please keep in mind that if you have questions about students with disabilities with IEPs, always reach out to the special education teacher or the principal if you have any questions. Curriculum compacting is a strategy in which the content is delivered a little bit at a time, and tools, and especially if we can have tools that are identified for that particular student, it will help them in learning the new content. Cooperative learning. This is helpful for learners with disabilities because it allows student interaction and engagement in a small group setting, and it also allows peer modeling. How can we differentiate assessments for gifted, unmotivated learners, English learners, and learners with disabilities? Two types of differentiated assessments that I think would be helpful for all four of those different categories would be project-based learning and problem-based learning. This allows each student to make a choice to show they have applied the knowledge and skills and that they have mastered the knowledge and skills that have been taught. In project-based learning, I believe that we can differentiate learning preferences and allow the student to have a subject matter that they're interested and passionate about. I think that we can break up the project into smaller pieces, and we can use project management tools to organize the project. When it comes time for the student to display, showcase how those skills are mastered, I think it again allows student choice. Students can choose to demonstrate that they've mastered their learning by using multimedia. They could use photos, they could use a video, they could have written content, or they could have an audio recording. In problem-based learning, I believe that we can differentiate this assessment, and it's great because you're allowed to ask questions that have been adapted to individual needs and differences, taking into account individual student readiness and backgrounds. Again, I think that problem-based learning, students can show how they've mastered this using multimedia, recordings, written content, and photos. Technology. Wow, it's just great. It allows teachers the tools that they need to differentiate instruction and to assess the knowledge learned by the students. It allows the students tools to facilitate and allows them to become engaged and allows their learning to be personalized. I think technology is great because it allows content to be student-centered in regards to learning preferences, in regards to pace, and I think it promotes student engagement. All of our classrooms are very diverse. If you have any questions about strategies and how to address the learning of any of the students in your class, please reach out. We're all here to help. Thank you.